Welcome to another Sims 4 build video. Today, we're going to be building an old, cheap apartment building for Del Sol Valley. So we're starting off this video with a little bit of a time lapse, and we're going to jump into sort of a real-time build video. But yeah, I started off wanting to build something in Del Sol Valley because we got these giant lots. Now, in the past, I have done multiple houses on one of the lots, which we're definitely going to turn into, you know, a rental residential. That makes sense. But then I figured this other lot here, this 50 by 40, in the past, I did do like a huge studio lot, warehouses on it. And we had like TV sets there, but I figured this is like the perfect lot for a really big apartment building. So I looked up on Google, I think I just searched something like old LA apartment building or old rundown LA apartments. And I found this one, which no longer exists, unfortunately. I think it was demolished in 2019, somewhere around there, 2018, 2019. But it was it'd been around for a long time. It looks actually pretty cool. I will put pictures up on screen or something like that. And I really liked the sort of aesthetic of it. It felt like it really would fit into Del Sol Valley, and I really wanted to recreate it. So on the ground floor there, you can see we've done like little parking garages or like undercover parking. They're not really garages because they're wide open. And then on top of it, we have the main apartment building, which is going to be, so it'll be 6 units because that is our default maximum number of units per lot. That's coming in for rent. So I decided to design it for that. And you can see I'm actually downsizing a little bit at the moment because I realized I made it pretty big. The original plan was to have the building sort of circle the entire lot like the Simconia build I did recently. However, as I found out when I was doing that build, when you take up the entire lot with a build, it becomes really big. So instead I decided to do a section at the front of the lot and a section at the back of the lot. So you'll see I'm pretty much deciding that here. Like I started tracing it out and I was like, ooh, this is going to be too big. So the problem is if you circle around like that, and I talked about this in the Simconia build, is that it makes, first of all, the building really big, but it also makes all the actual area in the build really thin, which is actually really hard to furnish. So I decided to do it in these 2 sections. So at the front, we actually have a 2-story section. At the back is just single story. And that should allow us to get 6 units in here. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do the layouts or furnishing yet because I've not done that. All I've done so far is the building and the shell. We also technically have an entire like basement level where the cars and stuff, the cars, which we don't have, are. And the pool sort of sits on. You can see at the moment there's terrain down there. I actually changed that later on. It's just sort of blocked out. I block it out and I just put a bunch of platform in there so it's like a space you can't get to. But I figured it could be useful to expand into. So this entrance, so the entrance and the front facade is based off that real building, at least from what I could tell. Because I looked at satellite imagery, like historical, because obviously if you look at Google Earth now, it doesn't exist anymore. So I think it's just like an empty plot on the satellite image. But if you go back, it had the pool in the middle. It had, I think it was like sort of stairs or a ramp or something going up there. And at one point, it had the door at the front, but I think the original complex did not have that front security door. And I think it was actually like a security gate or something, not really a door, but there was no real good solution I could use besides this door. And I figured that door fit well because it kind of looks scratched and scuffed up, which I like. Now, I just put some platforms in on those balconies because I kind of like the idea of them being planters in between each of the balconies, though the way I later figured that this would be furnished and designed, we're going to have one apartment on the bottom, one on the top. So the fact that the balcony is split in 2, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense. But again, I might change the building and the how it all fits together when we go to furnish and do the floor plans. Because like I said, not figured that out yet. So the roof as well is a little bit fiddly because I wanted to have these different sections. There's like a sort of overhanging roof. We got to get that bit sticking out a little bit over where the balconies are. But I still want these other sections popping up out of the building. So there's a little bit of fiddling. And I've now, I think I already did the other one or I'm about to do it. But I'm sort of showing you half of it because I do the exact same thing on the other side. I figure there's no point watching it all twice. Also, I really love these stairs. Unfortunately, there's no like perfect. I really was trying to get green because that was like one of the original colors in that building. But then we got this sort of turquoisey blue color. And those stairs technically are not the same color as the fence, but the lighting kind of makes it look similar. The fence is definitely more, I think it's more green and the stairs are more blue, but there was no good match other than what I did. So I was like, let's just go with it. I think it looks good. I feel like it fits the aesthetic of this build. And then, I'm excited to show you the actual color scheme I get on this because I didn't record it because it did take me a long time painting all the walls and all that because this build is very like complex in the sense that it has a lot of different half walls and a lot of different platform heights and all that. So trying to paint it all was actually kind of annoying. but it looks good. So we'll see that in just a second. So here's the other building. So I do show a bit of it, but all the little details I just did on that one with the stairs and all that, we skipped that on this one because it's exactly the same. But yeah, so we've got these two bigger buildings at the front, which I think work really well. It still makes the place look pretty big. And then the back is smaller so that we don't have all this extra space that we don't need to have. But it would be easy as well to add more rooms and all that if you wanted to, because I think that back building just had a big flat roof. So it's pretty easy to expand if that's something you wanted to do. But that's pretty much it for this time lapse. Let's go and finish the build. So this is what it's looking like currently in the game. You can see I've gone through and done all the colors. Most of it is just the sort of white bland thing. But to be honest, I think that makes a lot of sense because we got like the sort of green wooden trims around here, around the top. Then we got the classic stonework on the side. And then around the back, I actually ended up changing the stairs because I was trying to do the trims and the wood paneling to match. It didn't really work. So in the end, I've got this sort of, I think this is the same color I originally had. So I don't think I changed these. Yeah, the railing is the same, but I changed the color of the stairs because with these being blue, which was actually these stairs I was using, you can see how much it sticks out. Like it just... it's way too much. So I just changed them to like more of a gray stair, and then we have the green trim everywhere else. And then the back building just has a bunch of columns along it like that. So yeah, this one would be really easy to add on to, I think. Now, originally, yeah, you saw I had like terrain, like I was talking about in the time lapse, but now it's actually just a big block. So there's actually just a platform in here. So if you want to open it up, just move down the platform. And then you can sort of use this space down there. But anyway, I'm going to put it back because we're not using that at the moment. All right, so the first thing we need to do is let's get some lights into this place so we can see what is going on. The default cap of units is going to be 6. So I was thinking we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 upstairs. The only thing is with these balconies that we have, the layout is pretty shocking. So I'm wondering if we can just like make them a little more shallow, like here, and they'll still have the same look. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's fine because before it was, hang on, let me go back. Okay, I literally see no difference between this and this. It like looks the same. Anyway, yeah, that's better. Okay, that works a lot easier. And I'll do the same around the back because I've got the same setup. It just cuts in way too far to the build. I think it'd be fine if we had like smaller units, but seeing as they're going to be a little bit bigger than I originally planned, let's fix that. Let's have a look. The entrance is obviously going to be around the back here somewhere. This one's actually got a little indent. I might do the same on these bottom ones. So I'm going to use the basement tool just to trace it down. There we go. And move in. And let's put that same panel there. I guess I didn't need to do that because it's actually just here on this section. Oh, wait, this one's opposite. That one's over there. Oh, because I did the same as that side. Oh, okay. I don't remember doing this. It was actually quite a while ago now that I built this. So it's like, oh, I don't remember that, but okay. Well, actually this one, you know what? I'll do different. This one will be bigger then. It's gonna go like this, and I'll go directly under that one. Or does it even need a cut in? Maybe it doesn't need a cut in at all because we already have this here. You know what? I don't know. Let's just leave it. Okie dokie. So front doors for these. Oh, can we use the actual, this one? Yes, these look perfect. I decided to go with white just because I think it's just going to go with the buildings. All the windows are pretty much supposed to just be a really cheap looking like white window as well. Ooh, these are actually like maybe the perfect sliding door. Is there a window that goes with this? I just want to figure out what our window selection is going to be. And then I'll just go around and place them all. Now, the actual Get Famous windows, they don't have a tall version. And to be honest, I think, look at that reference image, this window is like literally in the actual building. So I think I want to use one of these. And then I need like a window to go with that door. Such an annoying sliding door they made. Like there's no windows. There's no escape on is the closest, but it means I'd have to have it a little bit off the ground. It'd have to be about here. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with this. All right, well, I've got my window selection. So I'm going to go around, do windows and doors, and then we can see what it looks like. So I've gone around and done the windows. And first up, I think it's actually really nice. It ended up looking really good inside. Hey, well, first of all, that's wrong. Inside is very bright. And it actually feels quite spacious. I guess at the moment we haven't done any rooms. So to be honest, I'm thinking I might need to remove some windows, but we'll see. So yeah, we got the sliding doors there, the little windows there. I got the smaller ones around the back. Like there's not many looking into the public sort of courtyard area because I didn't really want windows facing into this space. There'll be a lot of people walking around here. And then these apartments at the back have them looking out the backside. And yeah, I think that's good. I guess the next step now is to figure out the actual layout. Oh, and by the way, I guess I didn't mention it before. I used a tool mod on these like signs and I just like rotated them a little bit. And this one here, because based on the reference images, there was a couple of like signs here. I think one of these was like the address number. The other one was like the name of the building. I can't remember which was which, but so that's what those are. And yes, I haven't done any fencing yet, but we'll get to that. So I'm going to design probably one of the floor plans on this side of the building. well, the complex, I should say, because these 4 apartments are probably going to be pretty much the same. And then these 2 will be slightly different. So let's have a look. I think it's quite clear that this is the living space with these doors. Probably needs to be bigger than that. You know what? Let's get some furniture in because I think that'll actually help a little bit here. So this is my working layout. I think this is kind of as good as I could get it. There's probably a better layout here somewhere. To be fair, I didn't try doing the kitchen anywhere else. I figured this would be the living space because that's where the front door is. So we've got 2 bedrooms. There's quite a big one there, but I couldn't really get it any smaller because of this balcony and door setup. I did try doing a smaller bedroom at the end and then a bigger bedroom first, but then you need a hallway to go all the way down. This way we can have the hallway go to here. There's a bathroom here, which I'm going to use the linoleum in there. So we have 2 bathrooms. One's an ensuite and then one just, for the other bedroom and the living space. And I think that will work. I think. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to furnish this apartment. I don't think it's going to be this bad. It's going to be, look, it's going to be cheap, but that's kind of gross. That's like too cheap. Now, actually, I need this kitchen not to take up too much space because I've just put the flooring there, but I think it's too big because we do need a living space in here. Let me just do that. Let's get out some furniture so we can see the scale of everything. So a 2-bedroom is at least probably, well, not at least, at most, well, I guess at most could be as many Sims as you want, really. But let's say 3 to 4. So we want 4 seating spots. Maybe this is kind of like a starter apartment. So we'll do one of these. Thinking dining could probably go here because it's kind of 2 awkward doors there. We can't really have a couch there. But we can have living room here with a TV on that wall pretty easily. Oh, you know what would feel kind of old school? Is like a half wall by the kitchen. Like this. Yeah, and have this like close in. This still feels a little big. I think I might make that to here. Yeah. Oops. Maybe a full wall there. Now we're talking. Okay, I also kind of forget that there's no matching armchair really to this couch. So I'm wondering if I just have 2 of the same couch. All right, I was gonna get some realistic lighting. Yeah. Oh gosh, no. I can't. Maybe this one's better. There you go. Lovely. These base game lights are so bad. What can I do for the ceiling? Because I feel like the ceiling should be something else. Like I almost want it to look like those drop ceilings that you just have like where it's just like the panels that you can push up and like that you see in office buildings. Oh, this like get to work one. Kind of looks like an old school like popcorn ceiling. Oh, hang on. This cork flooring in the lighter color. You know what? That might be what I'm after. Yeah, I think so. So I think I'll do beige upper cabinets just on that side maybe. I don't know about the bottom anymore. I think maybe do like the blue, but then we've got the green couches. It's like a lot. I do think that this needs to be beige. I know. There's not enough color. I get it, okay? But I feel like if this is the kitchen that comes with the apartment, it'd either be like some really old color scheme, which to be honest, we don't really have. Like I'm thinking, I mean, maybe, could we do something with this? Not really, because this building, well, this would have been like maybe, what year? 1930s maybe? That's my guess? Hang on, let me see. Well, one of the reference photos I'm using is from the 1940s, so whether it was built then or not, I'm not sure, but it is old. So I guess this kitchen would have been, like what I'm doing right now, would have been updated at some point. But the original kitchen would have potentially had a little bit more color. Maybe we could do, what about, oh, hello. Oh gosh, too much. Can we do this? Well, I either need to do color in these cabinets, but the cheap cabinets don't have like, well, the colors I'm after, they do have to have this, but it's not what I want. I guess we could do blue. But blue just feels like basic Sims 4. This is like someone that's doing a build that just uses default color swatches. Okay, what about the sort of greenish tiles behind there? I don't know. I'm trying to add something different, okay? Now, I definitely feel like we could get a stove right there. Seems perfect. But I guess then we don't have a range hood. You know what? No, I'll swap it. I'm going to put the stove here, and we'll have the sink there by the window. That probably just makes more sense anyway. Lovely. Was I just going to put stuff on this half wall? Because I really don't want items being placed here. Like Sims putting dirty plates on this dang half wall. Got like a little plant there. You know what? I'm going to do another couple like here. So maybe they're like trying to grow a couple plants. There you go. Some little seedlings. What's this? Magazine stack? Sure, there you go. All right, that'll stop plates being placed there. It's so dark in this corner. All right, so I'm thinking that we have a table over here, and I know this place is supposed to feel like a little dingy and cheap, but I still feel like it probably needs some color. Oh, we do have green. Maybe we should do green with the green. We got green tiles, so you know what? I'm gonna do green on this wall and that wall, and then the rest is gonna be the lighter color. Oh my gosh, I feel like this rug is like a timepiece. It's like transporting me back to the era that this building would have been time built. Oh, the good news is because we've got a half wall here, these boxes won't disappear. Because normally when the wall goes down, you can't see stuff like these things on the wall, and it really annoys me. I'm trying to, okay, well, first of all, I can't. I wanted to build like a mini little Kallax shelf. I guess I can just do a 2x2. Little IKEA Kallax. So now when the walls are down, you'll still be able to see it. So that actually works really well. Okay, so a little table there. And then we have like a mini little coffee table in the middle. I think works well. I wasn't sure what to do with that, if I wanted to do like an office nook, but I feel like if I did a desk there, it's kind of like, do we have too much going on here now? Because then I have to have a chair, and it's kind of, I was thinking we could just do that over here. And actually I might, hey, there we go. Might do a wall here. Might be weird that you sort of walk in and there's like a desk right there, but you know, they're putting it where they can fit it. And then that means they could also, like if they're having guests over, they could pull the extra chair out, put it at the table. Look at that. Genius. Now I feel like right there should be a lamp because it's very dark. Actually, I have to keep in mind, I've kind of just been placing furniture. I have no idea how much this costs. It's supposed to be relatively cheap. So I guess I should probably get a cheap lamp. This one's good. I'm quite bright. Definitely seems like there should be a window there, but the reason it's not is because this is like the front facade of the building, where those signs are. So it's not supposed to be a window there, but it definitely feels like there should be because there's a big blank wall, but that's okay. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this living space. We do need in the kitchen a bin. Actually, I think I'll just put here behind the counter. That's fine. And then we have everything we need. You can add more stuff if you want. Going down the hallway is good. All right, so the bedrooms, I'm just gonna put all these wallpapers in for now, and then we'll refine. Maybe that can be pink. We'll go pink. I mean, this can be yellow. There you go. Actually, you know what? They're both gonna be yellow, and then maybe we'll try to color through the furniture. I guess I should probably have, would it be carpeted? Probably, right? Oh, hang on, I gotta do the ceiling everywhere for sure. Oh, what should the outside ceiling be actually? I guess probably just concrete, because that just looks like sort of drywall. I guess it should be like a concrete tile. Probably these, to be honest. Hang on. Let me try putting these concrete tiles or ceilings everywhere, because I think that probably makes the most sense. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with the lighting, but I do think that looks better. I do need to put some floor trims around as well. Yeah, I think those are definitely better than the drywall. All right, so I'm gonna keep this cheap, like I said. Do we go double futon? Or do we go double used futon cheap? Like how cheap am I talking here? Am I talking that cheap? Energy for? Uncomfortable? This one for only $10 more. It's actually, well, this is $2.90. $10 more. You get energy 4, so same, but it's also stress relief 1 and discomfort relief 1, whereas this is just makes you uncomfortable. So this bed is actually like really good and cheap. Also, this is a really big bedroom. And I mean that in a good way, like it's very big. I feel like, ooh, blue, I like the blue. Quite a nice space. So I'm just gonna do that bed, and then in a single room, I guess I'll do the bed at the end of the room, just down here somewhere. Maybe a red bed. Beautiful. All done. No, but these will be relatively simple because it is to be cheap, and simple is cheap. There you go, just match those. I mean, would they be matched? I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not. You know what, I'm gonna be nice. I'm even gonna put a little monster light in this room, so if you have a kid in here, problem's already solved. Don't have to worry about it. I kind of think this is all I want to do. Like, I really just want to keep it pretty simple. Maybe not that curtain. Trying to see what would we actually have in here? Probably blinds, like what I did in the kitchen. But I feel like it blocks so much of the window. Can I put it a little higher? Like if I put it up there, does it look silly? Yeah. What about that? Just a little higher. There you go. That's probably better. Because then I'm not like blocking the entire window. Oh, actually, so I recently did, for my YouTube channel members, we did a shelf challenge. We do them every few months. And I saw one of them used these curtains. And you know how like the new curtains, they're giving us all these curtain rails, which is great. And I wish the old ones had it. But because they don't, what they ended up doing, which I thought was a great idea, was just using like these shelves and then aligning it just on top of it like that. So it just looks like that's part of the curtain. And I was like, that's such a good idea. I guess I could even make them smaller potentially, just so it doesn't stick out as much. I was like, that is a really good idea. Though I do have a little bit of a concern that Sims would put dirty plates on these, because I think they do sometimes, don't they? That could be a problem. But I thought that was such a good idea. If I use these and just put it over top of that one, look at that, curtain rods. Although it might be better to use, you know what, I'm gonna use, if I use this from Desert Luxe, it kind of just fits, it just fits over the top of this. Can I go a little? There's not an easy way to just put it a little lower, but I guess that'll be fine. That's fine. Then it just looks like a little bit of a curtain rod there, which I think is nice. Yeah, it just gives it a little extra details. It looks like it's just been pulled open. We could do that in here. I don't know if I want to do blinds everywhere in this place. I think just the bedrooms are fine. This rug is only 70 simoleons. Holy moly. That seems way too expensive. I mean, opposite. It seems way too cheap. I just wanted to do some rugs in these rooms because they kind of look a little, like, I don't know, just need something. Something like a plain rug. All right, those will do. I'm fine with those. I think, honestly, these are supposed to be Essentially, again, I mean, I've been building a lot of them, but like a starter kind of apartment is kind of what I'm trying to go for here. Ooh, this light, that is brutal. I would actually be curious to know how much this whole apartment costs because I've got no clue. In terms of the furnishing, that's probably a good question. How can I check that? Oh, maybe if I share the individual rooms, does it tell me here? Oh, here we go. 10,000. Okay, we can add it up. All right, I'm gonna have to add it up. Oh gosh, what happened? We okay? Let me do the bathroom first. We have to go cheap here. All right, so I'm gonna go, I guess toilet there. Well, I need a shower, tub and a shower probably be good. The cheapest one, $8.45. Do we want to just do this? That's probably good, right? Oh, but then I need to, oh, that doesn't really, it'd have to go, it'd have to really go this way because then I can fit a toilet there and a sink there. Not ideal layout though, is it? Or I can do it this way. That doesn't help, that's worse. Because Sims need access to the side, like this side here with the tap. Is that okay, or is that it's kind of, I always find it annoying when there's a tall thing in the middle of a build. Like, I want this to be on the wall. What if I just swap the door? It does mean we have this door city over here, but I think that might help us out. Because then I can put this here. Actually, that doesn't help at all. No, it does help, because I can put the toilet here and the sink there. And that's better. I feel like I have to use this sink. I feel like this sink is like made for this building. Does it have green? It does. Oh, yes. Does this have green? Yes, it does. Yeah, we're gonna get the green. We got the green theme going on. I think it's good. I'm sorry guys for this bathroom. Lovely, isn't it? Now let's do the ensuite, which will need, we got a very cramped layout in here. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. I mean, this will work. Obviously, not ideal, but there you go. And then there's a little room in the hall. It actually has no lights. I should probably get some in here. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, there's a little room in the hall. You could put something there. I don't know. Chess table, easel. Then we do have the balcony. What are we working with here right now? So if I say share this room, I'm gonna get a calculator. All right, 10,520. I'm gonna add up all the rooms. Oops. So we're actually at 21,638. So we are over budget. How much is this fridge? Because I feel like that's not that expensive. How much is this? That's not that expensive. Okay. The TV is very expensive. So I think maybe we're gonna swap this out. This is $1,400. So if I minus, what was this? 1475. That gets us down to 20,163, but I still want a TV. So I guess do we just get this one? Oh gosh. Gonna go, no, just here. No. All right, so we're at 20,663, so I can remove something else. Let's have a look. I feel like this dining setup is pretty expensive, right? How much is this? $515? That's actually not that bad. We could save a few $100 getting a cheaper table. $220 down to this one, maybe is a better idea. I mean, it looks pretty similar. All right, 20,300 now. How much is this setup in here? $300? Ooh. I mean, do we just forget this desk? Because if I get rid of this chair and the desk, I think we're under 20, right? So hang on, minus 75. And then this desk was 300. So 19,993. And to be fair, the room prices are including the walls, right? So when I calculate this room and this room separately, it's counting this wall twice. So it actually would be a little bit less. So that means individually we're at 20,000 now, but I think if we had it all together, it would be a fair bit less, which is good because I probably want to put some stuff out on the balcony, do some flooring. I kind of wanted some plants in these. I mean, we could just leave this blank because they're pretty easy to furnish. I think we could do like debug plants, but I think I'll just honestly just do these for now. Like, it's not a very nice planter box, but there's grass in it, you know? Maybe it's just weeds, like someone just let it kind of get out of control and that's it. And then they gotta, you know, move in and fix it up, okay? It's your job. So now what I'm gonna do, we've done the one. That took me a long time. I'm gonna copy and paste this basically to the one directly above. I'm gonna change some of the key pieces, like the kitchen and the stuff will stay the same, but we'll change like the couches, maybe some of the furniture pieces around the place. The bathrooms will probably be the same, and we'll go from there. So here's the second apartment. It has pretty much the same layout, though we decided to enclose the kitchen. And, you know, the kitchen's a little bit nastier. So the kitchen's nastier in this one, but I feel like the furnishings are a little bit nicer, you know, a little bit more colorful. They got a nice picture up, nice little TV area, nice little bedrooms, different bedroom layouts as well, just sort of mix it up a little bit. Bathrooms are the same, and then the hallway is just empty. And it also has different wallpapers and stuff throughout too. And I should do the grass here as well. Yeah, so this one's a little bit different. Not sure what the price of this one is, but it's definitely different to the one below, but obviously you get the same sort of idea, but a different layout. Oh, I didn't do a blind or anything in the kitchen. Oh, actually I didn't do any in here either. Oh, that's weird. The window is like, yeah, I didn't consider that when I was putting the bed in. That doesn't really line up with the window. I mean, I suppose I could move the windows over. There's no reason this one couldn't move. Maybe I'll just do that. That solves my problem. And it actually kind of looks a little bit better in this room too, so There we go. Sweet. I do like how it's still dark and dingy though. I think that's kind of an aspect of the building. Like you do need to change the light fixtures probably to make it a bit nicer. Now I'm going to move over to this side. It's very similar. It's just kind of mirrored. Although the upstairs door is actually in a different spot to downstairs. So these two are going to be quite different from each other. So I'm going to figure out the floor plan. These two turned out totally different from both each other, top and bottom, and also these two over here, because the way where the door is, and it also has like a side balcony here, it is surprisingly different. So downstairs, this is actually a 3-bed apartment. 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms still, so ensuite and then the main bathroom. Kitchen area, and then this is obviously the living, dining, etc., etc. Upstairs is back to a 2-bedroom. But we enter over this side and the kitchen's over in this corner. Here's like the main bathroom, first bedroom, and then the main bedroom has a walk-in wardrobe and a bathroom there. And then this is like an extension of the living area, like another little office. I was thinking like an office nook or something. I tried to work it into like a bedroom, but it's really difficult to get a layout to work there. But hey, if you download this and change it up, you could probably come up with a better floor plan, but I think this will work. So I've just done like the wallpapers and a couple of bathrooms in both the apartments and the lighting. So now I'll just go through and do the kitchens. I furnished the whole downstairs apartment now. And let me tell you, this living dining space was so difficult. And I mean, I'm not totally happy with it, but this is the best I could do with the layout that I ended up with. So I really like the kitchen. I figured this one was maybe renovated at some point. So the kitchen is a little bit nicer, you know, newer. We've got new appliances and it's very open to the living room. I really like the little island here coming into this space as well. So the main problem that I had was because we've got doors everywhere, one here, one here, one here. This is a door. There's a door here. These 3 are doors. There's so many doors in this room. Trying to fit stuff in without blocking doors is so difficult. Like this little living space, and not just because it's a small living space, that's fine. But because I got 3 bedrooms, that's like, we gotta at least have, there's gonna at least be like 4 seats. If there's less than 4, it's kind of like, it's too small. And it probably is a little small for this apartment with the 3 bedrooms. But I think it worked out in the end. I ended up doing a half wall here because I needed somewhere to put the TV. I was trying to put it here, but that meant the couch had to go here or like here, and I was like getting really squishy. And so I figured putting it sideways like that worked a little bit better. Look, it's not perfect, but you know, this apartment complex is supposed to be older and it needs a little bit of work, it needs a little bit of love. So this could be a good renovation job. And then, you know, just the simple furnishings through the bedrooms. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So now on to the upper floor one, which again has a completely different layout. And I'm going to be honest, I started this video thinking I was going to furnish this whole thing like really quick because all these apartments are going to be the same, and literally none of them have been the same. I mean, these 2 are the closest, but even still, I changed all the furniture. And then this one's totally different. This one's totally different. And then I got another 2 to do. So I gotta get on with it. This is taking a while. Upstairs, I've done a really old kitchen. I like to mix it up. Some of them have like the nicer kitchen, some are sort of in the middle. This one's one of the older kitchens. It's even sort of enclosed, but they've opened it up with an archway. But then they have some nicer bits of furniture like that table. But then these couches are from the flea market. But then the TV is really nice, you know, so they've got a nice little mix of stuff going on here. And I actually really like this layout. It is weird, but it does allow for this way bigger living area. When you compare it to the one downstairs, we kind of got stuck with a tiny one. But up here, that's quite spacious. And then there's also this large like hallway area with this awesome desk that you just get to sit here and watch. Which, I mean, maybe is a little creepy if someone's swimming, but other than that, I mean, the view out of the window is pretty awesome. You get a pretty dang good view out to the mountains from there, so that's a very nice spot to work. Then we have the double bedroom here with the sort of walk-in robe, and there's that bathroom, and then another single bedroom here that has a little bit of balcony access. And that's the front 4 apartments done. They're not overly detailed, but then, you know, when we're doing 6 individual homes, they're not really supposed to be, especially as an apartment. When you move into these, they're probably going to be customized quite a bit. I mean, I always find myself changing stuff for my Sims anyway, but this gives you a basis. And it also means like, if I had a bunch of stuff all over the walls, which I like to do sometimes, when you move in, it means you got to put the walls up, delete everything off the wall, you know, change it to whatever you want it to be. But I think this gives you a good starting point, at least that's how I see it. And also with such big lots, it's probably best not to do too much furniture. So I think this is a good amount. I guess I'll get cracking on the final 2 around the back. I haven't actually decided what this space is for because I think there'll be an exit down the back here too. So you know what, I might just go ahead and grab a door. Hey, oh no, I thought these were a different color, but it's just the light. It's all good. I'm gonna grab this door. I'm wondering if, yeah, well, this is coming into an alleyway, so I guess it shouldn't. I was going to put like a nice glass entrance there, but I don't think we need to. I think I'll just do this. And then we'll have some sort of stairwell, I guess. How do I want to do this? I'll probably do it the same way as over here, except this is going to be indoors. I did like the sort of platform in the middle there, so I think I'll do the same thing, but we also do need a door at the top. Which I guess up here might be maybe these doors. I feel like that's fitting. This does seem pretty grand though. Maybe I should make it smaller. Like maybe it shouldn't be the full wide. Maybe the apartment should actually extend into this space. So the apartments are a little bit bigger and it makes this feel more like a stairwell rather than a grand entrance, which is not supposed to be like a grand entrance at all. We will just have these like empty voids down the bottom. I don't want to make it thinner because then it would look a little silly. And I guess we have the same thing up here where it's not, we can't really use it. I guess that's fine. It's just supposed to be like a little stairwell. This is a little light. Probably should have a, actually, oh yeah, these. Let's use these like werewolf lights. Fluorescent tubes. I actually think they're a little, they look a little big to be honest. Let's scale it down a bit. All right, the stairwell, should it be stone? No, it probably should just be this. Just this plain sort of stucco texture. Yeah, it should be very like, yeah, that's a stairwell. Wait, there's an exit sign, isn't there? I feel like there is. I think it was get to work, right? Here we go. $230? The heck? This game is bizarre. Anyway, we're going to get a couple of those in there. Can't really add it here, but I'll put it down over here. There you go. Little exit sign above the door. They're expensive, but worth it. I suppose I should figure out what I'm doing here. I guess we'll do the same sort of balconies, like as a fence there. Because I think just doing, game? There we go. I think just doing a fence like that kind of looks not the best. So I think to finish up the sides here, okay, that's too big. Actually, we could do a bigger one for the side. You know what? Maybe we will, because it actually, then I might, if I hang it out over the edge a little bit, so it sort of overhangs, right? Then it gives privacy to the houses that are next door, so you're not like looking directly into them. I'll get rid of that, obviously. And it also gives you a bit of privacy on if you're on this balcony, like, you know, people in the courtyard can't just like look over as easily. Obviously, you still could. And then we just do a little bit of green, like this. And maybe that's actually the way to do it. I think I like that, actually. It's simple, but yet effective. I do like that. I'll do the same on this side as well. Oh, it didn't, it didn't add flooring to it though. Hang on. There we go. Oh, cool. Now it unpainted it. I love half walls. How they just decide to unpaint when you like adjust the size. Make sure to paint those new ceilings so they match. When did this change? Probably because I changed the other side. Dang it. Alright, lovely. This place is so cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, I put a red barbecue out there. It's like really bright red, but it's like literally the only piece of furniture on the balconies anywhere, and it's bright red. I thought it was fun. Rightio, layouts of these apartments. Let's go. Right, this will work. Dude, the layouts on all of these have been a lot more difficult than I thought because of all the ins and outs and the weird, and there's so many of these balcony doors, which look, I could get rid of, but I kind of like the challenge. It also means it will be a little bit more challenging when you guys, if you guys, I should say, decide to download it, because it is certainly an intriguing sort of layout. So these ones are 3-bedroom, although granted one is a 3x3. So very small, maybe like a toddler or nursery. You can still fit a single bed in here, but you got to keep in mind there's a door on this side and a sliding door on this side. Could also just be like an office or something. I think I'll just dress them as bedrooms so you can use it that way. And then the other thing I did is I think the kitchen is going to just be a single line, a little galley kitchen dining on this side. That leaves plenty of room for living space, which probably isn't a very common, I don't even know if they would have done kitchens like that at all in a building of this age, but we're doing it here because it's going to fit. All right, I guess I'll get furnishing. And now they're done. I tried to make them fairly different because they have the same layout, just mirrored. So obviously we have, you know, the kitchen in the same spot, one there and the one over here, but we're using different pieces here and there. This living room also has this big corner window and actually a really big balcony, which I should probably put some stuff on. I might do that in a second. But it's got a little dining area here, a little office nook. And we've got the 3 bedrooms, all looking very nice. The same sort of bathrooms. I did pretty much the same bathrooms throughout the whole complex, so I figured that was kind of part of the complex. That's just how it was. And then this one over here, we've got, yeah, the kitchen there, and then a little little living area with a dining behind it. I thought that was kind of fun having it behind the couch. Little office nook in that corner. There's actually quite a bit of space over here, so you could also move some stuff over there if you wanted to. And then we have the 3, whoops, that's not a bedroom. The 3 bedrooms just there and the 2 bathrooms. So that is now all of the units furnished. So they are all good. Just got to do like some finishing touches around the place. Like for example, if this was real, I'd probably want to have like a fence around the pool, but you know, it's Sims, so it's fine. We don't really have room to do a fence around the pool. I also just realized, I'm not sure why our stairs are in 2 different spots. Like this one's closer than that one. I think that's a mistake to be perfectly honest. Although both of these walkways are 6 long. I guess because it's just going the other way. Maybe that's why. My stairs. I'm going to move it over though because it's kind of annoying me. Yeah, yes, that's much better. I'm not sure how or why that happened, but it did. I would like to get some more trees and stuff around here, especially just on the lot, because there was a lot, I think, by default, but you know, ended up getting removed as we were building. Got a few palm trees on the side there, probably over this side too. Not sure what's going on here. I think I'll remove that bit of, I'll bring it up to there, of the sort of pavement, because I guess the idea is you sort of drive in, I guess, on one of these and park, or one of that one. You know what we do need? Let's get some, are there nice potted plants that we can put in this area? Like big, like these. I'm not sure if this is quite the right plant. Oh, you know, let's do a couple of them. I'm not going to overdo it. Maybe a couple down this end and a couple down this end. Gonna do a community barbecue out here too. I know there's one apartment that has it, but I think having an actual dedicated space out here would be good because then you could throw a party and have people outside here. And I actually can probably put a speaker on the wall underneath this area because then it won't get damaged. And you could have music here. Does this roof extend? No, maybe I should do a little overlap because then I could put it here somewhere. If I put it there and just have this overlap a bit, then it'll protect it from the rain. Does this look too big though? I originally made it smaller. I think that's good, that's fine. Fix that roof and I'll do the same on the other side, of course. Good, so we got a little music speaker out here. It should be, I think it should be okay. Hopefully it's fine because it's under a roof, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, I guess I gotta put it under this roof. But that's next to someone's apartment, so it's a little bit nicer there. So we got a little sort of barbecue area over there. Over this side, I think maybe just some seating. Just really basic. I don't want to do too much. Oh, you know what we do need is lighting. There's like no lighting anywhere. All right, so I've added some lights to this sort of communal area now. So it's definitely more lit up. Lights up by all the front doors through here, through this little main entranceway. Just did this one on the front. I did a couple of lights in these bushes here to try and light up the signs as well. Although it looks like this one's got a blue light at nighttime. And I guess it's there during the daytime, but you can't really see it, so I don't know. It's a little funky, but it's fine. Now the next thing I want to do, I do still want to do more lights, but I need to get around to doing that trim, because that's not a good green. Maybe I just have to leave it as like the gray trim, because this green is no good. That's the wrong color. We could do gray like that, or we could just maybe do no, white is too much. I think it might be better just to leave that floor trim. It just is what it is. All right, so in that case, let's go here. I'm gonna get more of these. No, I'm actually gonna get some more of these lights. I've got a few different lights I'm using around the place. These ones I'm gonna put on the balconies because they're not as bright and they sort of do a more global light too, rather than being, this light, you can see it really points downward quite a lot. Whereas on the balcony, I kind of want to light up the whole thing, so I think that works. And I'm using the wall lights. Hey, that door is gone. That should not have happened, and I don't know what. Hey, that light's also too high down here. I put that way too high. There we go. I don't know what I was saying a second ago, but there we go, fixed it. Oh yeah, I didn't want to use the ceiling lights because the ceiling lights you always see, like even when, you know, walls are down, like they're always there. Sometimes they get annoying if there's too many. This might be too many, I'm not sure, but I didn't want to add more, so I'm using the wall lights, so when the walls are down, you don't see them all, but you still get the lightness. Because I'll do some down the bottom here too, because this is like a pathway, so that should probably have some light on it. Lighting down the bottom here, I kind of want it to be bad. For a lack of a better term, I want it to be bad. Maybe we just do one of these at the back of each spot, so you still get like a little bit of a glow. I also want to, we got to go around and do some landscaping. I think like here should be like some plant life or something. I think that's actually even too much. There's something really low, and maybe like a few tall trees or something. Because I want to put I think I want to put a sign in here. This is a business sign, but we could do, oh, actually maybe this, just because it's base game. That might make more sense. Get one of these in here. Yeah! Just trying to decorate up the entrance a little bit. So I've put some bollards there, because you're not supposed to drive up that bit. And then I'm just doing another couple of little half walls here to match them with the building. Yeah, that's good. Now, I know the mailbox is sitting over here. I haven't forgotten about it. I just haven't been doing anything with it because when we get the new pack, obviously we'll put the actual mailbox in here, I think will make sense. For now, sure. Or, wait, for now, why don't I use this? Yeah, so then the mail person can still get to it on the outside. Maybe I'll put the dumpsters around the back. That kind of makes sense. I feel like under here, this is like a really, it's not very well kept. We have a few dumpsters down here. Yeah, that's where these hang out. Oh, I should probably get the lights back here too. I haven't done that. Get the light there. Gotta get all the light on these balconies as well. There we are. This is so cool. I love how this is turning out. All right, what's going on here? They've got a weird setup here. I think the idea was that was going to be a pathway down the side there. There we go. Just do a little planter there. So then the idea is you sort of drive in this way and drive out that way or something like that. And then on the back, obviously, just come in wherever. Wherever works. Some of the old fence is still here. I guess I'll just leave it because it just matches in with the rest of the area. But if you're wondering why those are there, that just came with the lot. And I don't think there's anything else I need to add. But I always do forget if these dumpsters actually count as bins or not. So I'm going to add in regular bins too. How tall is this werewolf fence? Ooh, I think it's a little too tall, is it? Oh, that's so annoying. The chain link is so nice, that fence. Kind of wish I had a version without the barbed wire on top. Like I can use this, but it kind of looks a little nice, you know? I'm going to use it. But it looks a little too nice, you know? Yeah, I'm going to get some bins back here. Honestly, making places look disgusting is the most fun I ever have in this game. I don't know what it is, but it's fun. Yeah, having a bunch of paper around would be good too. Okay. All right, let's get some live edit cars in this place. Have a couple around the back. Oops. Maybe a, oh gosh. Oh gosh. There we go. A van in this one. Get a little puddle under it, make it a different color. Actually, that kind of looks like blood. Let's not do blood. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so a few cars around the back and then we'll do some at the front, of course, otherwise the front will look empty. Okay, I think we're done. I think we've got everything we need. Got the mailbox, we got the bins, all the places are furnished. And I am so happy with this. This is definitely, I feel like, an apartment block that suits Del Sol Valley and actually makes use of this giant 50 by 40 lot without looking like a big house that doesn't make any sense in this neighborhood. And like if you just go over here, I definitely feel like that just fits in with the whole surrounding space. It makes sense. It doesn't stick out. And that's all I wanted it to be. I just wanted it to make sense, to fit in, to be a new apartment block that we can use. And here it is. I mean, you've already seen the whole build process, but we've obviously got two apartments down the bottom here at the front, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom here, and another 2 bed and 2 bath. Oh no, this is 3 bed, 2 bath. That's pretty cool. This one's a little bit nicer. Moving up, we've got I think this is the other 2 bed. Yeah, 2 bed, 2 bath there, and another 3 bed. No, this is a 2 bed as well. Sorry. Forgetting what they all are. 2 bed, 2 bath, but this has like the extra office nook. And then back over this side is where we had another couple of 3 bedders. So yeah, and then we have the big pool area in the middle, nice little barbecue space. Let's go around to better lighting. A barbecue area, little lounging space. I mean, there's plenty of room to add stuff out here. I just didn't want to go too overboard. That means it's very easy to customize and add whatever you wanted. But I, for one, am very keen to give this a go in the Sims 4 for rent. That's for sure. No, I gotta name it. Well, the original, or at least at one point, the building was called the Trueville. So that's a pretty apt name, I would say. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's what I'm going to call it. On that note, thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel, and of course to all my members. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've been absolutely loving doing all these apartment builds, and I can't wait till we actually get the expansion pack to make these functional and we can actually use them and move in Sims and own the building ourselves. Ooh, we are just going to end up just buying the entire world. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. But if you're interested in downloading this, it is linked in the description down below, so you can check it out there. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.